Hi folks, Jim Huss speaking with you from the showroom here at Keyboard Exchange International. We've spoken at great length about the importance of tightening tone generator bolts on a Hammond organ when it's going to be transported a reasonably long distance. If you're moving the organ from one side of the room to the other, it may not be so important, but if you're going to ship an organ across the country or 10 miles down the road or even a mile down the road, it's important to tighten the tone generator bolts. Now, we have discussed at great length and made 2 or 3 videos about the tone generator bolts on a Hammond BV, C3, A100, RT3, and they look like this. They're a 2-piece mechanism, and when it's put in the organ for storage, it looks like this, and then you have to reverse it to tighten down the tone generator. And we'll show you some more detailed pictures of that in just a second. So the older models, like in this case here, it's a model BV, the tone generator bolts do not easily remove from the organ console. In fact, in many ways, it's a better design. You just tighten the bolt and then loosen the bolt. And it's a 3/4 inch size. You could theoretically use a socket to do that, but there are a couple of screws that could get in your way. So oftentimes we'll use an adjustable wrench or even a pair of pliers, which is my least favorite tool to use for this job, because sometimes you can scar up the bolt and it's not a good thing. So you have to be extra careful, but it is 3/4. So just like with a B3, C3, or A100, the principle is to secure the tone generator, which is suspended on springs. And right now, because it's loose, you can see it's movable. It'll kind of rock around a little bit. And then after you actually tighten up the bolts, you can actually get started with your fingers, because it's a nice smooth operation. But you want it more than finger tight. Now, if you do use a socket, be careful you don't torque it too much. But just using my fingers, that's locked down. And that's just one of 4 bolts. But the idea is, if you're going to move it, tighten up all these 4 bolts, and the mechanism is different on a BV or a CV and pretty much all the older organs prior to when percussion became available. Although I think on the B2 they had the newer style tone generator bolt, as we've discussed many times. So 2 types of tone generator bolts. It's dependent upon the vintage of the organ. The principle is the same. When you move it, you want to lock down that tone generator to the wood so that you don't break wires off of the tone generator and start losing some of your tones. But when you get it in your home or your church and it's not going to be moved anymore, you want it suspended on those springs, so when you start it, the vibrations from the tone wheel spinning don't transfer through the wooden cabinet, much like vibrations on a soundboard on a grand piano or any piano will resonate and make musical tones. In this case, it'll just make mechanical tones. So you want to loosen the tone generator bolts when it's in its permanent position, but if you're going to move the organ for some distance, you will want to tighten it. If you're unsure of how far you can go, let's just say if you want to move it across the room, you can probably slide it without messing with the tone generator bolts. Anything more than that, go ahead and tighten them just to be on the safe side. God bless you all. Jim Huss from Keyboard Exchange, and those of you that are selling us organs from time to time will always get this information, because before our movers pick it up, we want those tone generator bolts tightened. If we're going to pick it up ourselves in our truck, don't worry about it, we'll do it. And if our driver forgets to do it, tell him he's in big trouble and remind him. Thanks a lot, folks. Hi, I'm Jim Huss, speaking with you from the showroom at Keyboard Exchange International. We'd like to thank all of you who have helped us grow our business for the past 51 years, and it is our intent to find good homes for all the instruments we have gathered from all over the United States. Thank you to the families that have preserved the instruments and then sold them to us, knowing that we would find good homes for them. If you, on the other hand, are in need of an instrument, please give us a call. There's been a lot of effort to gather these instruments together, and we would like to make you part of the Keyboard Exchange International family. Let's all work together to keep these fine instruments going long into the future so that we now and future generations can continue to enjoy the wonderful sound of the Hammond tone wheel organ. God bless. Signing off.